Hey guys, today we'll be making an adorable poofy bubble deco mesh wreath. What you will need, I have a 14-inch wreath ring, and I have my deco mesh, and also scissors. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to start by placing one roll on top of the other, and I'm going to place the stripe roll on top of the solid roll. And I ultimately decided to go with white. I was debating between white or blue. You can go with either one. You can even mix up the two if you choose to do so. So, fold it to a nice little point. Pick your innermost ring, and we're going to tie the mesh in a knot. Just like that. Nice and secure. Then we're going to make a loop in our first space. Make a loop in the second space and also the third space. And when you're making the loops, try to make them as uniform as possible. If they're not the exact same, that's okay, but as close as you can get them. Just like that. Scrunch. Twist the mesh a couple of times. And start back on the first inner space. And I'm just going to repeat this step all the way around the wreath. Now the size of the poof, that's completely up to you. It all just depends on how large and poofy you want your wreath to be. So if you want a larger wreath, then make larger poofs. If you want a smaller wreath, then make smaller poofs. Usually the size poofs that I use, I need 4 rolls of mesh, and I layer my mesh. You don't have to layer if you choose not to do so. That's another option. So once I make 2 rows, just like this, you could definitely scrunch again and add in 1 more if you choose to do so. But I usually just go with 2 rows, and that makes a pretty decent sized wreath. Again, if you want it even larger, then go for it. Add 3 rows to each section, but you will need more mesh if you decide to do so. So I always say have extra mesh on hand just in case. So I'm just going to continue doing this all the way around my wreath. So coming to the end of my rolls of mesh, and go ahead and cut it off of the roll. Twist it a couple of times, and I'm going to tie it in a knot. I'm going to place it on the inner ring. And I twist it because it makes the knot tying a little bit easier. Just like that. And then I'm going to take 2 more rolls of mesh and start over just like I did at the very beginning. And don't worry about your knot. It will not be visible once you add in your other mesh. Take 2 more rolls and just repeat the same steps we did at the very beginning. Again, don't worry about the knots because they will not be visible once all of your mesh is in place. And just continue on all the way around the wreath. And you come to the end, you're just going to cut away the mesh and tie it in a knot just like we did before. Again, I kind of twist mine to make the knot tying a little easier. And I'm going to tie it in a knot in the center so that it's hidden away by the mesh. And then once you tie your knot, you can cut away the excess. You can just tuck it away because it's not going to be visible. And then I'm just going to hide the knot underneath all of the mesh. Usually I kind of separate my layers, but since I use this adorable stripe mesh. I think I'm going to leave it layered because it looks so cute, precious, and poofy, just like this. But you can definitely separate the layers if you choose to do so. You can add in any additional embellishments if you choose to do so. You can add an adorable sign to the center, a bow. The possibilities are endless. Just have fun with it and make it your own. But it's so cute, simple, and easy to make.